Okay, in theory, it's working. It's working. Oh, you okay? I didn't know you were behind me. I'm sorry. All right. We did it. You do look frozen. Why are you so frozen? My internet has been strange lately. Okay, there you go. You're not frozen anymore. In theory. Maybe you are. Maybe I just need to have it up here for some reason. There you go. Yeah, I already had a lot of coffee today, so forgive me. I'm not going to have coffee this morning. Because I already did. Hello, friends. Danny, the shirt! I got the shirt in the mail. Let me know if you need one. Can you hear Eric? That is important. I worked really hard to try to make sure that Eric was in. We have to completely change the way we're streaming when we do it separately. Boo. So I just want to make sure y'all can hear Eric, but if he's not saying anything, you won't be able to hear him. Yeah, so are you kidding me? It shows... I can't hear him. Well, why does it show up in Discord, or not Discord, in Streamlabs? Tell me that much. Alright, let me try one thing. Sorry. Hold, please. Can you hear Hershey snoring, perhaps? Because that's pretty funny.
Okay, Eric, say some words.
I'm talking. How you doing, baby? Hello, hello.
It looks good to me. Okay, you'll have to let me know if that worked. Let me know in the comments. I'm really sorry.
How's everybody doing?
Oh, it's been frustrating trying to get this reset up to like pull the right audio from everywhere. But, okay, Eric just said some words. Please let me know if you heard him. If not, I'll just have to say all the words. Okay, they can hear you. I fixed it. Very roundabout. Zach, you'd be really disappointed with my method I just used. Oh, you have me twice. Okay, I can probably fix that. Is that better? That looks better to me.
Okay.
All right.
Check your messages. Love.
Chinas. You sent me messages while we're talking to each other? Did you text me?
No, it's in Discord.
Oh, Discord messages. All right, so better?
I think so.
Welcome. Happy morning coffee. Spoot, you're a baby whale.
Let's go.
Thank you for joining. I'll cheers to that with my agua. Eric's got hotel coffee this morning.
Cheers.
It's so weird not being able to cheers you physically. So, as you guys know, Eric did, well, hopefully you know, Eric did morning coffee by himself last week because I went to pottery in the morning before I hit the road. And today, so this is our first one separate but together since Eric went out on the road. So we have a lot to talk about. First major of the year and Eric's second tournament of the year was last week. We have Hybrid Furies to show off. And as Spoot just did, so anybody that is one of our YouTube members, Patreon members, or Twitch subscribers get first dibs on these. So we have a release at Dynamic Disc Open next week, but tonight I'm doing a fly mart for our, we call them the pod. So if you are a member on any of those channels, you will get first dibs. I'm not sure what time we're doing it, but I will post.
Oh, you got stamped ones. I didn't
yeah!
know that.
Yeah, I got a box of all 4 stamps. Very, very exciting. Chloe, thank you. Good morning. Yeah, see you in Kansas. Sounds good. If you're here Thursday, I think I'm gonna go to Zach's League on Thursday. So, anyways, so yes, if you want first dibs on Hybrid Furies, or I have a box of Eric's Frisbees as well. That's what this is right here, which we will go through as well. So, go ahead and be one of our subs, and those of you that are subs already, thank you so much. We appreciate you tremendously. Y'all really just keep everything exciting for us and keeps us wanting to do these morning coffees and just being present. And I think we've had some kind of crappy mornings that y'all have pulled us out of on Tuesdays, so you're the best.
Agreed.
I'm gonna start by showing a couple of these stamps, and then we'll go into Champions Cup. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
Did you just wake up, Eric? Yeah.
I'm also just letting you talk, and I'm a little perturbed at the moment because the reason I didn't get an email is they sent it to the wrong email. So.
For your invite?
Yep. They sent it to Oakster and it got pushed back, but then they sent me a message on Facebook, but I wasn't friends with the person, and so I didn't get it. It went to my spam. So, yeah.
Okay, so this one is probably my favorite because I did it myself. This is succulent, but it also looks like a rose, which I think is really cool. You already saw Monstera by Zach Benson. This is kind of like a sunflower, but it's actually not a sunflower, but we're going to call it a sunflower because that's what people know. Also by Zach Benson. How cool is that? And I have white and blue for all of these. And then this one we're calling Geoflower, also by Zach Benson. He killed it. So these, I have all weight ranges. I have just a few heavies. I have lots of mids and lots of lightweights. So, yeah, like I said, tonight, Fly Mart. I'm not sure what time yet, but just this evening, we're in Central Time. I will post it on my Instagram and my Facebook. And the places that
Dang, that rainbow
our
stamp
subs
is
are
showing up on what I can see. That's crazy.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I'm very excited. So yeah, that's really all I have going on. I'm very excited for Dynamic Disc Open. I'm itching to play after watching so much disc golf last weekend. I really am super enjoying disc golf. And now that I know that I'm doing like a European mini tour, I'm just like a little more amped for disc golf at the moment. So very cool.
Yeah. Hey, Figgy, thank you so much.
Figgy, thanks so much. Good morning.
So, to talk a little bit about it, we do have other releases. I have other releases coming for DEO, and if they don't sell out, they will be going to the Whale Sex website. Those being some ninja stamped D-blend alpacas. So the only place you're going to be able to get those are through us. There's going to be a very limited number of them. So the same Shinobi stamp that with Thought Space Design, the 3-foil that we did on the Glow P-blend alpacas, there will be a small release of those at DDO that we will have, along with this one-time stamp of Glow Z zones, and they're going to be Zonios. They're really cool. It's got an eclipse design on it, and yeah, so we're going to have some really great discs with Hybrid Furies along with these other discs at the ready to be sold at the DDO Fly Mart. We're really pumped for it. So if you guys are coming, please check them out. If not, then we will make sure we try and get some in the hands of our subscribers and
Yeah, and
supporters.
I think it's important what you said because obviously a lot of people won't be at Dynamic Disc Open. So if you aren't, we are going to post them on the Whale Sacs website if they don't sell out. So you'll be able to hopefully snag yours after the
Mhm.
fact. It'll probably take us a week or more to get them on the site and shipped to me and all that stuff. So
Mhm.
just so you know, if you're interested in new Frisbees.
Yeah, cool.
All right.
Yeah, so we have before we touch on Champions Cup, after this, Buddha is working tirelessly. We had one minor thing that was off that I missed last night about the in the bag. Uh and he's working his buns off to make it happen, so I appreciate him a ton. But the in the bag will drop after this, and for all of you here and all of you watching, so you can understand, they we are doing a giveaway as a part of that in the bag. It will be a upper park shift with some thought space discs, some infinite discs. We're gonna throw in some whale sacks, and I might have Tina throw in just a couple more things to go in that bag. That's some random stuff. So it'll be a sweet giveaway to shout out a bunch of my sponsors. Uh, so yeah, it's gonna be great.
What is that for? Just for the video?
Just for the finishing of the series
Cool.
of my building the bag and everything, we're just doing it.
I also saw that Disc Golf Answer Man is very, very close to 1,000 subscribers, and you're also
Yeah,
doing a bag giveaway for that, yeah?
yeah. So if you're not subscribed to Disc Golf Answer Man, please
On
go
YouTube?
subscribe on YouTube. It needs to be on YouTube. And you may think you are subscribed, but you might have been subscribed to Dynamic Disc thinking you were subscribed to Disc Golf Answer Man.
You
So
also might have multiple accounts to subscribe with.
there you go.
I know that's what I did.
Yep. So yeah, it's all right, Champions Cup. How about it?
Yeah, let's get into it.
WR Jackson, fantastic course. I think the PDGA did a great job running the event. I know there was some things, again, I think we talked about it on Disc Golf Answer Man last night, that happened that people are upset about, but
Do you
if
want to
you,
talk about that? Or I know you already
um
did, but
there's an article, and there's a lot of things that have come from it, that have talked about it to understand the the deeper part of it. And I think it's not
maybe you should tell them what you're talking about,
okay.
for
So
starters.
Kristen Tatar made a post in regards to her daughter following her, and I feel like the disc golf world has exploded. And I don't want to go into the details, but it is from everything that happened. People were trying to be professional. It wasn't trying to be an attack at Kristen or anything like that. So if you don't know the full story, then don't attack the PDGA. Don't attack
Yeah,
certain
I found it
individuals.
interesting that everyone took it upon themselves to just trash the PDGA, which, yes, like we've had issues with them in the past, but I think this is a really great example of how much people just assume information and then
Hmm.
explode about it.
Yeah.
Um, I saw so many posts that are just completely full of misinformation, and
Well,
they're just making these massive assumptions. What Paige must
exactly.
have called it, and
Yeah.
the PDGA, why would they enforce it now? And it was like, realistically, what happened was Kristen was made aware that she was breaking a rule. And
Hmm.
so she took action to fix that, knowing that she could be disqualified if she didn't. It's that
Mm-hmm.
simple, actually. No
Mm-hmm.
one's a jerk. It was just the fact that, like, oh, if someone wanted to call me on this thing, I could be disqualified. So
And
I'm
lose
gonna
the
do,
tournament outright right there.
yeah, so I'm
Like,
gonna do the right thing and, do this thing that sucks, but I'm gonna do that so I don't get disqualified. That's what happened. No one came up to her and said, you're gonna be
mm-hmm.
disqualified if you don't do this. It was like, Kristen, there's a rule being broken. Now we brought it to your attention. And Kristen
Yep.
took it upon herself to fix it. That's what actually happened. No one was being malicious. It actually was in her best interest that anyone even told her. It wasn't someone on the card that told her. So I just get really frustrated when people just throw out these massive assumptions. Oh, this is probably what happened. Oh, that's what happened. PDGA, you suck because this. And it's like, you don't even know who did what or what even transpired. Like, how do you throw somebody under the bus for something you don't even understand what happened? It's insane.
Yeah. That's again, people read one sentence of Kristen's post and then went down the rabbit hole of
Just,
their imagination to
anyways.
to to make decisions and say things. So that happened, but that doesn't take away from how well the event was was
Yeah,
run.
it was
It
run great.
was very professional. They made do with the place they had. The course was great. My play was very consistent and felt really good. I'm throwing the disc really well. I have pain in the hand. Uh, it was great. Dan Hambley, thank you so
Dan,
much.
thanks for starting
Cheers.
late. Hey, you're welcome. It's funny because it's
14-month
late, but
member.
we're trying to. I have a plumber coming today. I have somebody coming to measure our countertop today, and I have a massage booked, Derek. Since you keep telling me I need to.
Good. So yeah, I played very consistent. Had some hiccups here and there, but legitimately, AJ, uh, that's funny. Um, uh, Legitimately, I stayed super super sound mentally, and I just I again, I've said this many times in different things, is that I'm being constructive, not destructive, with my thoughts and the things that I say. So if I throw a bad shot, I don't immediately think, I don't go to anger or being upset or anything. I may be disappointed in what happened because it sucks to throw it into the woods. Dan
Dan,
Hambley, again, thank you.
again.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Um, uh, that I'm like, ah, dang, I just threw it straight into the woods or didn't advance very far. But I would, it would be like, ah, dang. That would be as mad as I'd get. It would be like, oh, dang. Like, it wasn't screaming or slapping or doing anything. Like, it was, all right, why did that happen? Was it, oh, did I pull the shot? Did I not follow through completely? Did it come out early? What happened to cause that? So, and this is the prime example, happened in the final round. Is my first bogey of the round was on, I think, hole 9, and I was throwing my Exodus, and I just didn't have the right grip that I needed, and it went early into the trees, and I had to pitch out, and then I threw it up, hit a tree, missed a 50-footer, and was like, oh, cool, that's how you bogey. Like, if you have to pitch out in the woods and you don't get up and down, it's probably a bogey. And so uh, fast forward to the next time I threw an Exodus on hole 14. On hole 14, I made sure I had my grip right, and I smashed it through the gap, around the corner. Gave myself an eagle look that chained out, but I had the easiest drop in birdie. Um, and and then next hole, Exodus, pured it. Hole 18, threw a really good drive, caught a late tree, but I didn't early release it again because I was in the moment, I thought about what happened and what caused
Instead of just being
caused
mad about it.
exactly. So that helped me a ton. And I did that every round where I wasn't making the same mistake twice. I was um I was fixing things as the tournament went on. I was very focused on the green. Um, I was doing a lot of really good things. What's up, Brody? Uh, the disc that, I mean, I think the Dynasty was probably one of the best discs I was throwing all weekend. Got me a lot of birdies. I was only using it mainly for forehands, and then if I had to say the other disc that was doing some work was the Exodus. And then to give an honorable mention, I threw my Vodum on hole 2 and I parked it all 4 rounds.
Wow.
Yeah. And again, I talk about the Vodum being like an eagle and the Exodus is like my T-bird. They fly just like that. Where I knew when I hit my Vodum on hole 2, I just hit it hard with hyzer. I knew it was never going to stand up and stay straight. I knew it was going to maybe stand up a little bit, but it was going to have that late fade, which you need on hole 2. So that was it was really really cool. The Exodus was, I used it on my tee shot on 18, on 14, on hole 9, on hole 15, and I uh fear leads to tree kicks. That's so good. Was great, and I'm using the Color Glow Metal Flake Exodus. I think that's the best run of Exodus, where I think the metal flakes are a little bit more stable, so they lean closer to being like a Vodum. But if you can get some of the Color Glow Metal Flake, they're a little flatter and they're a little straighter, and I just absolutely love them. So thank you, Anthony Furness. It's good to hear from you, bud. Uh,
Wow.
uh, yeah, I would say those
Did
are
you
probably
read
what.
Anthony's comment?
So dumb, so dumb.
So funny.
Oh man.
Hi, Anthony. Nice to
So
see
yeah,
you.
putting was also really good. I definitely want to shout out the alpaca. I've been feeling more and more confident on the green. I I switched my stance up. So I used to be my back foot used to be kind of farther back, and I would lean back onto that back foot and then go into the front foot a lot more. But now I'm bringing it much closer, so it's not a a straddle putt, but my feet are much closer together, and I'm just going down and then up into it, and it seems to be making things a lot more comfortable. Neil Vickers, I don't throw the Exodus for forehand because of the Dynasty, but I think I definitely could. So, yeah, 10 to the herd, Figgy, let's go. Yeah, things were very good. I kept a very good head. The top 20 at a major is never anything to laugh at, and especially it being my second tournament of the year, it being
Well,
my
also,
second. Go ahead.
sorry. If you look at scores, I mean, you were a stroke or two from,
Very far up.
13th
Yeah,
or 11th or whatever. Like it was really
yeah,
tight in that area. So it's
yeah,
very cool to see you at the top there.
yeah. I mean, in that final round, I had 3 bogeys in a row, but then I fired back with 4 birdies in a row. So it was like I played
Mhm.
some very, very solid golf, and I didn't let it get me down. The um, it being my, second tournament with this bag is also big. And yeah, TM courtside, that was with a dynasty forehand to get the birdie. Was pretty sweet. It snuck a little backdoor, but the pace was really really good. Spoot, that could be cool. I think we have a couple ideas for future
Oh,
alpaca
Shepherd, I
stamps.
like that. That's funny.
We have a couple ideas for some future alpaca stamps. Like one, I think we wanted to do as take the same ninja stamp, but just make the ninja an alpaca and just let it be a jumping alpaca with like in like a ninja outfit. I think would be really good. I think I like the shepherd one. Um, yeah. Uh, all in all, I'm feeling really good. I will say I never once really looked at what place I was in the middle of the round. I never once looked at what my rounds were rated. I didn't. I just didn't do those things.
Yeah.
I kept focused on, hey, I'm gonna play disc golf today, and that was it. So,
It's great.
the only time I looked at whenever I finished was when I was done on 18. That was it.
Mhm.
Like wherever I was gonna end up was where I was gonna end up, and I knew I was playing good enough golf that, I was, I was playing on decent cards and was giving myself opportunities to play well, and that was a win in my book. So yeah, I think yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season if I keep this kind of mindset. It's definitely something that I have to keep working at though, and I'm ready to keep working at it. So I
You said it
definitely,
was easy.
it is easy, but it's something that I know with
Can go
how
away very
emotions,
quickly.
if I don't stay conscious of it constantly. So
Yeah.
um,
Um,
yeah, we'll
can
see.
I say a couple words?
No, yes.
Okay. Um, I just, not that they don't believe you, because I assume they believe everything you're saying, but I had the pleasure of being there and watching Eric play about about half of all your rounds. Yeah, I think I showed up either at hole 7 or hole 10 or something most of your rounds. Um, and it's just seeing all of Eric's history in disc golf. Um, I'm very aware of how he has played in the past or like what that mental game has looked like. And this is just an absolute pleasure to be around and to see. And at one point, Paige, he came off the course and Paige is like, will you stop smiling so much? And like, Eric's always been, a jolly guy off the course. But if you've seen him play or seen him play practice rounds, or God, if you're me, you've seen way more disc golf out of Eric than I've ever needed. But this is just like a whole different experience, and it's just awesome to see. And I'm excited
Hmm.
to see what your game can be like. And to touch on that a little bit, to like apply that to other people and not just like tooting Eric's horn. But we talked about what competitiveness looks like this weekend because Eric's a competitive guy.
Hmm.
Um, and like a lot of people are competitive people that play competitive sports, right? But for myself, I know that the harder I try or the more that I think about doing a great job or winning or trying to play good, the worse I do. I'm much better off just going and enjoying disc golf and playing disc golf. And I think something that we kind of discovered this last weekend is Eric also is actually that type of person where if he's trying and forcing and thinking about trying to win, trying to be the best, trying to impress his sponsors, it doesn't end well. And it doesn't go well. It's not enjoyable. So, um just kind of like a plug to y'all to kind of feel that out,
Hmm.
Maybe trying really hard when you're playing a tournament isn't actually the best mindset for you to be in. I know it works for some people, but it is not for everybody. So just throwing that out there. And Eric, I'm really proud of you. You did really
Thank
good,
you.
and I'm excited to see what more you can do. Um, some of the shots that he threw this last weekend, like I know he's a good disc golfer, and sure, like maybe I've seen him progress for 5, 6 years. I saw you as a 950 rated disc golfer to now whatever you are. And like I've seen that progression over time. But there were some shots that you threw that I'm sure my jaw dropped open because I was just like I know you're good, but some of those shots were just such talent that I just like, no offense, wouldn't expect to see out of you. And it was just like really cool to see you throw some of those shots. So good job, congratulations, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I love you.
Did you hear any of those words that I just said?
I did.
Looked like you were reading the whole time. I know TV
I
face
was
Eric.
I was checking on some of the comments too, but I was hearing what you were saying, and I appreciate it. I threw some shots that impressed me too. I was hitting the disc, and I mean, my carb mates. Like,
Kevin was hyped for a few shots. He's like, "Whoa, what?"
yeah.
That
So
was great.
I I I think this mindset allows for things to, be a little bit more elevated. I can stay elevated, like Thought Space Athletic says. Um, and it's kind of it's all very interesting because when you're positive about your good shots and hyped about your good shots and reacting in a um analytical way about your bad shots, a positive analytical way of trying to learn from it. The bad breaks and bad things didn't get me. If I threw a shot and ended up against a tree or something like that, I didn't look at it like, oh, like
And we
I
saw
throw it
other players all weekend do the same thing. I'm always by a tree. I'm like, you
always up
can't
against
be
a tree.
out here without being by a
It's so
tree.
it's a heavily wooded course, so I just would be like, all right, cool, yeah, like I know I like accepted that that was a part of what was going to happen.
Yeah,
Like there was a couple spots where I threw shots and I was the that round with Chandler comes to mind, that par five when I threw it wide off the tee on 12 hole 12. I threw it wide, hit the tree, and then I threw that crazy dynasty around the corner,
thanks,
and then I
Paul.
had to throw that patent pending Exodus. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yes. So I went patent pending Exodus when I was just like, okay, I'm up against this tree. I'm in this awkward spot where if I'm not, I'm probably like throwing a fan grip mid, like with a run up, like easy hyzer approach. But instead, I have to do standstill, patent pending, fan grip Exodus to get it close because I have to, learn from it. It's just like I didn't look at the situation as like, oh, this is the worst thing. I said, okay, what do I do?
Right. It's a
How
whole
do I
different
how do
approach.
I yeah, how do I handle the situation?
Yeah. And
Um
we saw Eric play with one person specifically, but a couple of people that like they put so much energy every shot into being upset about the fact of where they ended up. And how is that helpful at all? Like you were literally only burning energy as opposed to what Eric
mhm.
was able to do this weekend where you're just like, okay, what's next? What is my best option instead of being upset about it? And I think that's a good thing about casual disc golf as well, like playing mentally casually, is that those shots are fun if
Mhm.
you're not upset about it. Those shots are a blast, like
Yeah.
I love throwing patent pendings and in practice rounds, finding like this cool new shape I've never thrown before is really exciting for me and I enjoy that. If you put yourself in this tournament mindset where like you only can throw from the best lies and otherwise you're mad, it's like, I mean, it takes the fun right out of it, but also puts you in a like the stressful situation. You're just burning energy on being upset. So it
Mhm.
was cool. Um, yeah, and I think it just forced you to play some incredible shots, and you learned from that, and you're gonna take that into your next tournament. So
Yep.
win, win, win,
It's
win, win, win.
yep. Golf isn't always going to be easy, and it's allowing to putting yourself in a situation where the good can happen.
Yeah,
And I think that is a big part of what I took away from. I was getting out of the way of my own self and what I was trying to achieve, and I just kind of let the game happen, uh, rather than trying to force something to happen. So it was fun, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the year and more and everything. I'm really hoping that I can get into European Open. I missed the online registration because of I just didn't see them post about it, and also the email they sent me got pushed back, so it did not work. They had the wrong email. So
Could you possibly reach out to someone and see?
I've reached out to you, Simaresma, and Petri,
Okay.
the tournament director, and
So
I'm
now we'll
hoping to hear
just
back
see
to
what
them.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought because I was already registered in for 2020 that I would automatically be added to the list. I did not know that I needed to sign up for it. So, could be could be bad. Yeah. Oh, what was that notification?
Um,
Oh, premiering in 30 minutes is my in the bag. That's
they're
cool.
not going to be able to see our faces for 1 second. I have to show
No, do it.
something. Did that work or not?
Hey, Ace Run, what's up, guys? So much fun hanging out with you guys. Oh, speaking of, you guys should go check out Ace Run Productions. Make sure you're subscribed, follow them because we did such a fun video with and Chris Dickerson and Zach Melton. I think you guys have seen their series. I got to be a part of it, and I was so unbelievably pumped about it. It was God, I had
A
so much fun.
blast. Yeah, Eric
It,
called me just beaming after.
I
Eric, can you just
yeah,
wait for a second? Sorry, I have a different screen up right now, so they can't even see us at the moment.
that's fine. Yeah.
So Calvin Heimberg whale sacs. The new version is so silly and amazing. This was a Zach Benson creation, as well as an Erica Stinchcomb creation. She came up with the original design with the glasses. Oh, actually, this is cool. This is like 3 generations of whale people, because I made the ostrich, the original ostrich with the signature. Erica added the glasses, and now Zach added the fro. That's
Cool.
so cool. So those are live on the website. They're already selling like hotcakes. This is the only time we will do this specific run. We can change a little bit for the second run, but if you love Calvin as much as we do over here, those are for sale on the Whale Sacs website. Also, we have all of these signature whales available. Chandler Fry, we have Chris Clemens fundraisers from last year, Eric Oakley fundraisers from last year, Eric's signature whale, Kyle Klein fundraiser whale sacs, his signature whale, Missy Gannon signature whale, and Paige Pierce signature whale. So, if you are looking for some cool collectible things while also helping support those players, that is how you do so. That's really all that I wanted to say. Go ahead, Eric.
Don't recall what I was talking about anymore. Oh, I was
Ace
just
run.
talking about that. Yeah, we just did a great video. That's it. It's gonna be fun. Well worth.
Worth watching.
Well, oh yeah, it's gonna be very funny. Like, my face and my cheeks were
Hurt
hurting
afterwards.
afterward. I was smiling so much. It was one of the most fun rounds I think we've ever had. It was just good times.
You said Calvin didn't go though?
Calvin did not go.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was just Chris,
Chris and
Zach, and
Zach
myself.
and you.
Yeah,
Still sounds amazing.
it was very fun.
Sorry, I have something in my eye.
Fun.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So we do have a video premiering after this, yes?
Mhm. Yeah, it'll be at 11:15 Central Standard Time.
Beautiful. We have a lot of whale sac stuff going on right now, actually. I also have, I think 6 of our players' custom whales sitting next to me that are being cut. Some new Chris Clemens ones, Madison Walker, Zoe. Jordan Castro's are super cool, Missy's are super cool, and we have the first ever Rebecca Cox run, which I am so stoked about. Everybody else, her and Kyle are our 2 new players for this year, so for the touring team. Very, very cool. Oh my gosh, there's so many cats in my yard today. I've literally been watching them play since like 5:30 this morning. They're ridiculous, but I love it. Anything else, dear?
Mm-hmm.
Yes? Then
No,
what?
sorry, I was just looking at something and
Just so you guys know, this is what Eric's TV face looks like, and he
I
also
wasn't
takes
TV
an
facing.
extra couple seconds to respond to questions.
Yeah.
And then answers them arbitrarily. So there's nothing else. There's nothing else to talk about?
There's plenty to talk
I guess
about.
that's a wrap.
No. I mean,
I do have a lot to do this week.
uh,
I'm home. Oh, so those of you that don't know, I'm home just for this week and then off to Kansas. So Dynamic Dis Open will be about the last event I'll be at for a while, likely until Europe, because
no, stop saying that. You're stupid.
I'm sorry, I have stuff to do and I'm spending an
I don't
entire month
care.
away from home
Yeah,
and
and
out
you're
of the
also going to
country.
spend at
So
least a couple days away from home also to come hang out with your
okay,
husband for his
so
birthday
here's the
in
good
Oregon.
here's a good question for the chat. If I want to be home, but Eric buys me a plane ticket for Oregon in June when I want to be here, do I have to go? Or can I just not get on the plane? That's the question.
If
It's not
you
that I
make
don't
me
want to
waste
see you.
money for my birthday, you have to owe me double. You owe me double for whatever I paid.
Robert, do you
because-
love it? Invented by Danny Lindahl, created by myself, and now for sale on the Whale Sacs website in the weird stuff section. So funny. We play way too much Rocket League lately. I'm
Gaucho, no,
kind of
she's
bad
not
at
gonna
it.
out to California with me.
I love Oregon. It's not about that. It's about how much time I will be gone later. And so trying to make that make sense. So
Yeah.
DDO time, interesting. We don't get Tina for SoCal for go.
If the
No.
ticket is purchased, you gotta go. Boom.
That's I'll send my alter ego.
Who's your alter ego?
I don't know, I have to find one first. I don't really have one. I don't really know anybody like me.
I don't.
Productive wise, Steph. She is same brain when it comes to getting crap done. But otherwise, I mean, Erica, kinda. And yet we're different in a lot of ways too. Madison and I are same brain length on, or wavelength on some things, but then dramatically opposite on others.
Dan, that would be amazing.
Enad Oakley. What?
If Dan got to come out to BSF.
Oh, that would be cool. God,
Mhm.
Tina will go. She probably would. Okay,
Yeah,
just
Robert,
buy
do
the
you wanna
ticket
come to
for
Beaver
Robert.
State?
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
or Portland Open.
He'll take you
They're
on a
pretty
birthday date for me. I'll send him some money. He'll get you
That
into
would actually
Nike.
be really fun.
Is that the
Really,
only
really
reason
fun.
you want me to go? Is because I always get you into
No.
Nike?
No, that's not why I want you to go. I love my wife and want to spend time with her on my birthday.
But we're gonna be in Europe together on my birthday.
Yeah, that's cool
So
that you
that's
get
good
what you
enough.
want on your birthday.
So that's plenty. Eric's birthday is June 1st. Mine's July 8th. Eric, are you happy or annoyed that you have to play Emporia courses twice this year?
I'm fine with it.
You like
It's
those
not a big deal.
courses, don't you?
Yeah. It's one of those things. It's like those courses are on their own incredibly fun. The only thing that I think can make those courses unfun is the weather, and that's not anything that they can control.
It's
And
not.
you could take my favorite course, and if you throw 30-mile-an-hour winds,
TJ, what's up?
I would not have fun. Like the only times I've ever had fun have been when it has been like outrageous, like 30+ mile-an-hour winds in a practice round where we're just throwing crazy shots like behind us and doing that stuff. That's when I'm having fun playing in the wind. When I'm playing in a tournament and you throw a shot and you're like, I have no idea where that is going or what it is going to do because the wind just has control at that point. That's
Yeah.
when I start to not like disc golf.
We've talked a
So
lot about there being a threshold where you no longer play
are actually
disc golf
controlling.
if there's that much wind.
Yeah. So
Because it's not really the same sport.
yeah, I do like those courses. I've heard good things about the new Jones Supreme layout. Um, I think it'll be good. Um, yeah, DD does good things with tournaments, so I have faith in them to run great events and to be able to hold up and run 2 good events this year, for us to showcase our skills. So I think it'll be fun to see and fun to watch.
Good.
Yeah, so I think that'll be crazy.
Crazy.
Chaser, there's only 5 courses in existence today that are DGPT are
I don't know if
major
that's a hot
worthy.
take. That seems pretty accurate to me. I think the sport's
Uh,
growing so fast.
so major worthy, I think that probably lands, but DGPT worthy, Vegas, 2 of the courses at Vegas are worthy. The Beast is worthy. Tallahassee, I really enjoyed. I think it could be. I think it could be a could be one. WR Jackson, um, Jonesboro, I think is in that list of DGPT worthy. Like I can't think of. I'm trying to think of any course that doesn't land. Like one course that is teetering on the threshold of being phased out is a course like De La Viega. Like I love De La. De La is one of my favorite places to go. I always have fun there. It's just the one of the best vibes and places you get to be at. But I think it's a course that's moving towards being phased out because of inability to have the signal and to for the live streaming, and the course is just kind of getting more and more dangerous as erosion continues to happen. So it sucks. But the more I think about it, I don't think like any course that is teetering like that, like the Preserve being a little bit off or Portland Open's course being a little bit off. Those are both places where they're developing the courses. That's not the final design, if you will. So yeah, I I think there are more courses out there that we aren't currently using, uh, that aren't on the tour, and I think the big reason they're not on the tour is because the community around it does not um, does not have the not it's not that the city doesn't have the infrastructure, the club or the personnel don't have the infrastructure to run a pro tour or a major event. Do you remember that? I actually called Jonathan Ray about this yesterday. Do you remember that course that we played called Lakeside in Memphis? It was outside of Memphis. When I took that felon and I just threw it straight out in the water. It was really cold that day. Do you remember, Tina?
No, I remember
We
Bud
were
Hill.
we went to Butt Hill, but we went to this course that was on this like lakeside, and we played, had some cool par 4s and 5s. Um,
I don't remember.
hmm, dang.
Sorry.
Uh, it was a fun, really really good course. I think it was one of the better courses in the Memphis area that we got to play, and that was an example. And the problem is there's not the clubs in Memphis don't have the
Infrastructure?
community, the structure within the clubs to run a Silver Series or Pro Tour event. So I think that's a big part of things that are holding stuff back. I would love to see Eagles Crossing make the tour. If, I know it'll be hard because it's kind of off the beaten path, but you know, at in Georgia, a lot of players were driving 30 minutes to the course, and I think if we can keep it to 30 to like 40 45 minutes tops being the distance you have to drive to get to the course, then maybe we can start to make that happen, and that'll help open us up to a lot more options. And I think most of those courses will have camping on site and different things like that. But yeah, that's kind of where my brain is at the moment. Yeah. Yeah,
You want to
Jonesboro
talk
is
about
great.
Jonesboro at all? I mean, that's where you're at now.
Yeah, I have had some great finishes out here. I generally um like playing this course. I think it's a very fair event. The I do think the shots are enjoyable. I think the shapes are good. I hope there's some positive changes to a couple holes that maybe make them a little bit more menacing or
You
just more
want it to be
difficult.
harder. Yeah.
I think so. And that's I think that's the best part about Jonesboro is it's been good every year we've played it.
Yeah,
And if
but
they
it
wanted to tighten
could
it
get
up,
harder. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it could. And they haven't we haven't had to necessarily push that
There's not
because
really fake OB out there,
no.
which is nice. That's actually fairly non-existent um,
Yeah.
in
There's some,
courses.
but it makes you it's not rampant, but
Just the
there's
island, right? Is that? Oh, the island and
no.
the hole before the island.
There's the water that plays OB. There's a couple spots that like are the downhill tee shot that plays. It's got that whole ditch that's OB. Um, uh,
But that's
the
water too. Like that's a swamp.
Yeah, but there's also a couple like they've made a couple trees OB on a couple holes because landing inside of them is just like you shouldn't do it. But
Huh,
um,
interesting.
I don't think it's bad. If you throw over that barbed wire fence on 18, you're OB, and on 17, those come into play pretty quick. Um,
Okay,
yeah, but
but it's not roped like a lot of courses are these days.
yeah, and I think they could add some.
Yeah, they could.
They-
That's like my point.
Yeah,
Cool.
so I'm excited
Well, I hope
about
you do
JPO.
good. I think, yeah, you have
Yeah,
always played kind of comfortably there. You got distance, you've got some sidearm shots, and you've got like some stuff you have to be pretty accurate for, but I think it
yeah,
suits your game pretty well.
totally,
Totes.
totally.
Paul, I have a heart and a sun and a basket and a robot. No whale sacs tattoos yet. Probably never will. Oh, you couldn't really see that. There's my son. Eric has a moon on his arm. Matchy matchies.
Mm-hmm.
So cute. And we got to vend this last weekend. The last 2 weeks, actually. It's been nice because we haven't really done a ton of vending since COVID. So it's been really nice to kind of get back into that. I forget how much I like it because you get to meet people. And we
Yeah.
had, I wonder if he's here today. I haven't seen his name yet, but we had someone come up and introduce himself to us this weekend. Said that he's on morning coffee on Tuesdays, so it's just cool. If, by the way, you ever do see us in person and meet us at a tournament or vending or a clinic or whatever, please come introduce yourself. We love like putting faces to the names in the chat. It's just cool because we already feel like y'all are like this awesome community. It's even better
Mm-hmm.
when we get to meet you in person. So,
I
and if you're
couldn't
part of the
agree more.
Discord, like our pod people, like we have meetups and we go to lunch when we're in cities that other podlings are in. So, make sure that you are a part of that and Discord link. Let's see. Hold please. I will get you one. But just fantastic people. So, join the pod. Once I give you this link to join the pod if you haven't yet. I think we get new people every week. Invite. Sorry, this is taking me so long. I've got a lot of screens open at the moment. There you go! I have a face made for YouTube chat. Yeah? Alright, so what time is your video premiering, dear?
It is premiering in 11 minutes.
Oh, at what time is that?
10:15.
It's 11:04 right now.
11:15 in 11
11:15.
minutes.
Gotcha. What
Math.
if I'm already in the pod? Well, then stay
Quick math.
there, Zach, and just keep on keeping on. Cool. Well, I do have this box of Frisbees. I'd love for you to tell me what's what in here.
You took a video of it.
No.
Remember?
Yes, I do remember. So now I'm gonna have to go back. But like, I don't even know what. Oh, this says Exodus on it. Okay. Okay, that one says what it is. Do the other ones say what they are?
They should.
Oh my gosh, they do. Dynasty, Exodus.
I'm catching up to it now.
What's this?
So some are Vodums and some are I can't see
You
because
just gotta
I'm
wait.
super delayed. Yeah.
You gotta wait.
So if it's a wide rim, it's an Animus. If it's a if it's a 7-speed rim, it's a Vodum. And I trust that you'll be able to tell the difference between the two.
You trust me?
Uh-huh. Like I believe those two that you showed up, the yellow and purple, the mango and purple, I believe those are both Animus.
Okay.
Some of those, remember, are going to
Yes.
Al.
So I did actually already forget all about that, but you keep having me do all your crap. Steph took the stuff yesterday, so your things that are gonna be mailed out, she needs that information. She has it all now.
I'll get it for her.
But at least it's not my office anymore. The TSA does have no penning or tooling. Yeah, that's kind of what yeah, the ones from Infinite do. The Dynasty and the Exodus do, but the other ones do not. And I just haven't felt them before. Tina Skyrim, if she ever plays again. Yeah, I know. I have a bunch of video games that like I haven't really gotten back to. It's just there aren't enough hours in the day. The garden takes up so much of my time, which by the way is popping off right now. I left for 5 days and
it is going crazy.
It stormed a few times while I was gone, but Steph popped over twice just to kind of like check on everything. And yeah, I got back and like these rose bushes that Eric bought me, I only put them in the ground like a month ago and they're like full on blooms that are like this big and purple. And then all of my rose bushes are just exploding. I literally have probably 100 rose blooms in the backyard alone. So cool. So Steph and I are gonna try to go to a market this weekend. So if you're in Pensacola, come on down. Yeah, we're gonna try to set up and sell. So we'll see what happens. Eric, I have a phone call. Take it away, Ern.
Take it away. All right. Well, yeah, I'm really excited for you guys in here in 8 minutes to see the in the bag. It's gonna be awesome. I really think there's some. It's really well done as a video goes. Zach had great vision for some of the angles. Buddha put it together wonderfully, and I love being able to do videos like this. I think it's really fun. I have this. I think on Thursday, I'm going to be filming 2 or 3 Is That Good videos. I haven't reached out to whom. I'm going to try and figure out who I'm doing that with today. I know Chandler Fry and the ESP Swirl Surge is top notch of like top of the list. After that, I have to reach out to a couple people to see who can and can't make it. So if they are available on Thursday, that'll be huge, and I will try and make that happen. I know I wanted to try and get Calvin Heimberg and his Destroyer in. Yeah, so we'll see. There'll be more of those. The EO and the Disc You May Not Know series will drop very soon as well, and I think that'll kind of perpetuate itself because I'm going to be looking for more molds that people suggest from those videos. So, oh,
This is
bobbers.
unrelated, but we also have a front yard and a backyard garden tour coming soonish. I'm not sure when, but at some point. It's crazy because we just filmed it not too long ago, and the garden looks completely different now.
Yeah.
So I could do an update every month, and there would be new things to look at, which is very cool. Cats in the chat for Bobby. Oh, and did you mention the Is That Good for the Fury?
No, we actually filmed the Is That Good for the Fury?
And
I
Mr.
forgot
Zach
about that.
Benson is gonna edit it for us, so we have like 3 editors now. Everybody's so busy.
Crazy.
So yeah, we need all the help we can get apparently. But you're putting out videos left and right, Eric, so you're making everybody work hard.
Yeah,
It's
why
good.
not?
It's great.
It's good. John G, thank you so much.
Eric, you need more coffee. That's so thoughtful, John. And I need more water.
Thank you. I just topped off my coffee. It was a little cold. It was still good.
Those cups don't hold heat very well. That's for sure.
Well, all right. We're 5 minutes out.
Do you have a link for us, dear?
Let me see. Yeah, I do. Make sure you guys pull that up. That is a premiere.
What am I gonna do while I'm here? I've got gardening to do, but I kind of have to sit around all day because I have a plumber coming and the countertop people. But of course they give you those like 3-hour windows, so you just have to like stay home all day.
Yeah.
So annoying. But that's all right. We have some stuff we need done. Also, if you're an electrician in Pensacola, hit me up. I have some work that needs to get done. Eric, did you upload the videos for the Fury yet?
Yes, they are
Did you
uploaded.
send them to Zach, which is kind of like the most important step?
They are in
Zach doesn't have access to that.
Folder. Can you get him access to that? Because you have more access to Dropbox than anybody.
Oh, okay.
You do. You know that. It's true.
No, you have the login. So you have just as much as me.
I don't have the login. I just have it on my phone. I don't know what the login actually is.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
That's just me being honest. I don't know the login. You logged it into my phone, I'm pretty sure.
Zach, I'll send it to you.
Well, all right. 3 minutes. We're getting close. Ready for the in the bag.
This is the last one you said?
Well, it's the building the bag series was over with the distance drivers. This is the in the bag. So it's not a series. I mean, I guess it could be a series because I might end up doing an updated in the bag, every year. Because I mean, here's the thing: it's very unlikely for me to still be using all of the same discs in my bag next year, right? Like, I'm likely going to have different emperors and different dynasties and stuff like that. So I like updating my in the bag, even if the molds stay exactly the same. You get to see the colors, the stamps. Yeah.
Eric, can you tell me where you put this? Because I don't see it.
Dan's folder.
Oh. Apparently they don't use that anymore. They moved it or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I just put it, that's where I go with it, with everything.
Okay. We signing off?
We are 2 minutes out, and this hasn't started doing the meow meow noises yet. Yeah, make sure again. Spoot, I definitely will try a mango. I felt some of Nico's discs, so I'm definitely interested. Yeah, should be fun. Should be fun just to try out.
Okay. well, thanks for joining. Thanks for having coffee with us. Every Tuesday, we're here every Tuesday. Usually both of us, sometimes just one of us, but we don't really miss very often. So if you enjoy this at all, stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed. I assume most of you are. Look at all the blues and greens in the chat. Those are all our members.
Love it.
And again, stay tuned for Flymart announcement for this evening. You guys are awesome. Come play Rocket League with us on the Discord. And yeah, let's go watch Eric's in the bag.
All right. Cheers, everybody.
Bye. Da, da, da.